brought this topic up 7 years back when I actually called the taxi people as unscrupulous and doing their work illegally. Not their work illegally, but stopping people like Ola and Uber coming legally. And 7 years from the time when I first brought this up, and which created its own furor in the media, it is now very clear that this has to happen immediately. The taxi lobby has to know there's a limit to the madness that they're trying to espouse and get political support. At the same time, because of their actions, the tourism industry is taking a massive beating. The people of Goa don't have options. I run myself, my wife runs, a group of apartments on Airbnb, and it's so very clear that people are struggling to reach to various spots. They're struggling to come back at night. They're struggling to reach from point to point and being ripped out of the.
See, basically, they are trying to show that uncalled for certain demands. So I think the major demands have been accepted by the Chief Minister. So I think it's high time they call off the strike, and rather than calling off strike is one thing, they need to understand that for the welfare, for their own welfare, app-based taxi is the future, and technology is only way forward for sustaining their businesses and scaling their businesses. Because today, without technology, you cannot scale your business. It may be any business in the world today. So I think they need to understand that, and there cannot be monopoly type of a situation. And we are living in democracy. There is a free trade. Everybody wants to, but the people who wants to work harder. If tomorrow somebody wants to drive taxi for 18 hours, 19 hours, he should be allowed to do it. Somebody wants to just 5 to 6 hours, he should be allowed. But you cannot restrict the movement of the taxis, or for that matter any transport from any hotel to the airport, or from airport to anywhere in the hotel, or from hotel to the anywhere going to the restaurants or clubs or anywhere. As of now, what we are saying is that they feel that to look into as a monopoly. I think it cannot be monopoly, and I think app-based is the future. So I think government, we welcome stand whatever the genuine demands if government have accepted it, but we welcome government statement that the app-based taxis are here to stay, and I think it is high time that they accept it, and don't try to every time when season is approaching come out with the some sort of protest now and then. And I think government also, one thing is very clear, they need to act tough on the people who are being harassed, because it is ongoing process where tourists have been told to get down from their vehicle, walk down and take the vehicle outside the gate of the premises. I think all these things should be stopped, and I think one thing government needs to also understand that tourism is a bread and butter, and taxis is one of the verticals. The other verticals are also, which are also giving businesses. And when we are talking about taxi drivers, there are people who are driving Goa Miles or Goa Taxi app. There are also Goans. There are also taxi drivers. So you cannot say that that full everybody is on the strike, or means taking this thing at that it's my way or highway. So I think we need to understand that even Goa Miles or Goa Taxi app also drivers are Goan, because as per the rule, unless they have the badge, they cannot drive in Goa. So everybody has a badge which is of Goa. That means they all are Goan origins. And I think it is high time that everybody understand and work collectively, which will help to grow the tourism industry in Goa. As I have said earlier also, there is enough business for everyone. And if more hotels are coming in, more flights are coming in with the two airports, I think Goa is going to scale up. One thing we need to also understand, the competition is growing, not only from the neighboring states but from neighboring countries. If that is the so then I think we need to be on our toes, and we are in the service industry. So unless we give that service which is acceptable with the good value to the customer, I think we are bound to lose. So I think, as I have said earlier, again I have to repeat that whenever the taxi issues are flashed domestically or internationally, it affects overall the sentiment of tourism in Goa, and definitely it affects business. So when we are talking affect business, does not really affect the business of hoteliers or restaurant or airlines or other verticals, but also it affects business of taxi drivers. So I think it is one thing you have to understand, the tourism business is such a business wherein
With respect to whether taxi drivers are holding Goa tourism at ransom, I तो absolutely don't agree to it. Because Sarkar पळे हा, they put the cart before the horse उलटे भाशेन. You people go to put plaster on the wounds without finding out the root cause. There are many root causes which are not being addressed holistically by the government. For example, एक दोन्ही सांगता, एक parking charges. कोणाको घेताय तुम्ही parking charges? तेच गोंयकारांकडे, तेच लोकल्सांकडे, तेच पेडणेकारांकडे धर तूं. ही जमीन कोणाली? आमगेली. फायद कोणाक दिताय? आउटसायडरांक. Crores and crores of rupees is being waived off, which they have defaulted on. And गोंयकारांक, when you have to save them from 100-200 rupees, तुम ताका इतुले torture कोताय. You all are bleeding and sucking the blood of the Goans.